What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9, Quarantine Cooks. Today, weather's getting nice, so we're going to take a look at some burgers. So there's two ways to do burgers. You can do nice thick burgers, but today I'm going to take a stab at some nice thin stackable burgers. We'll top them off with some caramelized onions, and this one's pretty quick and easy, and it's going to be good. So I'll show you how it's done, and let's do it.
Okay, to start off, we're going to make our special sauce. This actually tastes better if you can let it sit in the fridge for a couple minutes before serving, so I'm going to make this first. If you can't make this in advance, don't worry, it'll still be great. So to start, we're just going to finely mince half a shallot, then add some mayonnaise. Then I'm going to use about half as much ketchup as I did mayo, then half as much mustard and relish as I did ketchup. I'm using whole grain mustard, but anything will work. Dijon, yellow, hot, it doesn't matter. Then add hot sauce to taste and a sprinkle of garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. Then just mix everything up and you have special sauce. Super easy. I don't know why, but for some reason these sauces just taste better mixed into one than they do separately on their own. Okay, then I'm going to start prepping my onions. So there's only one good way to make caramelized onions, and that's with lots of time. So set aside a good 30 to 60 minutes before serving, depending how deeply caramelized you want them. You can use any onions that you might have on hand for this, but I have a bunch of different kinds right now, so I'm going to use one yellow onion, one white onion, and 2 shallots. I'm going to cut these into half moons. So I'm just going to cut the tips off, then slice them in half, and then cut the root out. Then just slice them tip to root, and you'll have a nice pile of onions once you're done. Then just throw a couple tablespoons of butter into a frying pan over medium-low heat and get that melted down, and then toss all of your onions into the pan. Toss them around in the butter a bit and then hit them with a nice sprinkle of kosher salt. Then that's all you have to do. Just check in on these every couple minutes and give them a stir. Eventually, they'll start to turn a deep, dark brown and be absolutely amazing on top of that burger. Like I said, there is no way to rush good caramelized onions. We're not trying to make sauteed onions here, so low heat is the only way to go. Just keep stirring them and eventually they'll become amazing. Okay, so we're gonna make nice, thin, stackable burgers. These are great because they cook quick and you can stack them as high as you want. What you want is ground beef with at least 20% fat content. This will keep the burgers nice and juicy and stop them from drying out when we cook them. This is frequently referred to as 80-20 ground beef. If you go into any butcher shop and ask them for 80-20 ground beef, they'll know exactly what you're looking for. But if you're going to buy your beef from a grocery store, then I would avoid lean or extra lean ground beef for burgers because they can definitely get a bit dry. So then just grab some beef and form them into thin patties. You can make them kind of big in diameter because they will shrink down once they hit the grill, and this is kind of the thickness that you're looking for. Then, once you've formed all of your patties, we're going to season them. Normally we would season both sides, but because these are so thin, we're just going to season one side so we don't over season by accident. Okay, so the secret to grilling these is to get your grill as hot as absolutely possible. I'm cooking on a full basket of charcoal briquettes. If you had a propane grill, I would turn all of your burners onto max and close the lid and let your barbecue preheat for at least 10 minutes. You want the temperature gauge on the barbecue to be off the charts. Then, once your grill is ripping hot, you can toss your patties on. These are only going to take like 2 minutes per side to cook because they're so thin. So toss these on, and once you get some nice color on one side, you can flip them over and hit them with cheese. I know some people are going to hate on this, but American cheese is awesome for these burgers because it melts so well. If you don't want to eat plastic though, feel free to use whatever cheese you like. This is the one time I won't judge you for going rogue on a recipe. Then these burgers are done as soon as your cheese melts. I would recommend tossing your buns on the grill once you toss that cheese on so you can get a nice toasted bun as well. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a little update on these onions. They've been going for about 45 minutes now on low heat, then you're left with this. Unreal, these are going to be so good. Okay, so to build this bad boy, I'll toss some special sauce on both sides of my toasted bun, then throw a burger down, then a bit more special sauce because fuck it, you deserve it. Another burger or like 3, whatever you want, and then top it all off with a big spoonful of caramelized onions. I'd eat this burger any day. It's one of my favorites for sure. I hope you try it.